you can probably hey, good morning, everybody.
Hello.
It is a huge snow day. Angel says hello. We have Luna. Isn't she cute? And then we have Angel's hanging out with Okra. It is a giant snow day. So we only have 2 classes today. So feel free to hang out and get some oxytocin. I don't think anybody's paying attention to us yet, but that's okay. I'm all right with that. What else was I going to say? We have 2 puppies. I say let them in. Okra's pretty brave. Luna's pretty soft.
Go get it.
Maybe let them get the wiggles out for a minute.
Yeah, I think they're good.
Or, you know what? Wait. Because we only have 2. What we could do is we could practice come and go get it. Go say hi at the gate.
Yeah, that sounds good.
I like that. And then we let them in. Oh, so this is a great polite greetings game. Oh, thank you for showing up. Oh, thank you for showing up. And coming on the floor. And then we say, go say hi. And we encourage the puppies to come and say hi. Puppies come. Good job. Go say hi. Hi, Oprah. Oh, hello, friend. Good job. Puppies come. Good job. Good job. Oh my God. Go say hi. Oh, hello. My goodness. So this isn't normally about food, but what we do is we give puppies permission to say hello to each other. And then we can practice recalls. Puppy comes. And then we can let them go hang out with each other. I don't know. You ready to say hi to Oprah? So we'll see how this goes.
What breed is Oprah? She's like super cute.
Aussie Boo.
Oh, no jumping, thank you.
So,
That's a good choice.
good morning, everybody.
That's a good choice.
So we just practice go say hi and come with each puppy on the other side of the gates. And you'll see that on the YouTube video later. And we probably won't get a lot of puppies today because it's snowing. Oh my gosh. My puppies were so excited to be out in the snow today. So we will have some extra time with the puppies today. This group is our 2 to 5 months old. 2 to 5 months old. What do we want to teach them? We want to watch the cuteness, so we get lots of
We
oxytocin.
have to work on 4 paws on the floor.
Oh, 4 on the floor. Okay. We want collar grabs, names. We want their names and us reaching for their collars to mean good things happen. Oh, this is super cute.
It is very
This is super cute play. Because there's only 2 puppies. So we're going to let them get the wiggles out. And then we'll probably stop and work them up again. Maybe what Angel and I can do today is since there's only right now 2 puppies, maybe we can do some bucket games.
Yeah.
So, which is a super nice, teaching them to relax on a mat in cooperative care, which means we get to teach puppies how to be comfortable with us handling them, or the vet handling them, or a groomer handling them. Oh, we do. Oh, we might have a 3rd puppy coming. Hey, Tinder's coming. Oh, so maybe we do come say hi and go again.
I know I'm crazy,
Yeah.
but I had to go to the grocery store anyway, so I was like, I better.
I canceled the second 2 classes like even yesterday. It wasn't supposed to be this much so soon.
Yeah. I mean, the main roads aren't bad.
No,
The
they
side roads are not clear yet.
Yeah, well, the teacher will start you here, then we'll let you go there. We're gonna practice some come and go say hi.
That's great. She's good. She's good.
Yeah. What do you think of the snow, honey?
I know she's like, what's, oh, look at her.
My dogs are like, hi, good job.
Oh, good job.
Don't jump on me though. Yeah, it's gonna be hard. Yeah, no, you're not crazy.
She bark quite a bit too. We can't figure out like, does she want to go out or does she just want to bark?
Do 2 things. You can make it an action consequence. If she's barking, you pick her up, you take her out to the bathroom, you're out there for 10 to 30 seconds, and you're back in. So she learns that that's the cue to go to the bathroom. The other thing is, because I bark with my pet peeve, it's mean.
Yeah, no, it's sort of us too, so I appreciate that. I mean, we'll put up with it, but it's not.
hey Ginger, quiet, good girl. You just capture it. She could be sleeping, she could be sitting, she could be in her crate, she could be playing with toys. And you just start saying, and you just start capturing the that's demand barking. So I'm just like, I'm out, I'm gonna, quiet, good girl, Ginger. But start catch the quiet, because we humans have a tendency to bark, quiet, bark. Yeah. Oh, quiet, good girl.
Something about ignoring, and then when she does something good,
Right, if you actively get the household to start thinking about how wonderful it is that she isn't barking and rewarding that, oh, it comes so much faster.
Oh, wow. Great.
Yeah. My shower
Are
was
her
like,
nails too long? Could you, because I did get a nail clipper, I'm a little afraid to get nails.
You know what, she's at the vet so often right now, I would just have them do it.
Have them do, okay.
Yeah, because she's pretty easy. They're not too long, there's a little bit of a tip, and you know what, all her toenails are black, which is the biggest pain in the butt.
Yeah, I've heard.
go play.
Okay, well, she's going next week to the vet, so I'll ask her.
I would have it, yeah, I'm not, here's the thing, you have her breathe with her coat, she's gonna go to the groomers regularly. And the first time you take her to the groomers, probably just gonna be a quick shampoo and a nail trim and nails. They don't do a whole groom.
Okay.
You just wanna get them used to the little short baby steps. Don't panic about doing the nails, because honestly, probably, my guess is gonna be you're gonna have them do it, unless you're into that grooming thing.
No, we've washed her a few times because you know, she's a puppy and she's like pooped and like sat her poop and, you know, all that kind of stuff. So I'm like, I'll give you a bath. But we probably will take her, what, like every 6 weeks or something like that?
Yeah, that's how much I get, that's 6 to 8 weeks is about how often I get my mom.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's why I was like, don't worry about it too much, because you're gonna have somebody fabulous who can do it,
Yeah.
and they're not that long yet.
Okay, great, that's great. Okay, so I'm gonna run to the grocery store and then come back.
Have
a
fun.
good time, thank you. Oh, are you going to be on video or not today?
Yes, we're on video.
That's great, because I'm gonna try watching and then doing some of the things.
And we'll upload it to YouTube later too, if you don't get to watch it.
Thanks so much.
Okay, so, can I interrupt and do a quick go say hi and come? Okay. Can you point the camera like right at the fence? Yes. So that way everybody can see what we're doing. We want, oh, there we go, hi! Okay, so we're gonna work another quick round of telling the puppies when they're allowed to greet and practice calling them away. So I'm gonna say, go say hi! And we're gonna encourage everybody to come to the fence so puppies can greet other puppies, even though right now it's a little bit about food, we're helping them out. And then when we're ready, we'll call them away. Okay. Ginger, come. Oh, so good, good job. And then, and when you're ready, I'll let you tell them to G-O. Luna's cheating.
She is. She's making it look easy.
Yeah.
Start over here. Our baseline. Right. Go say hi.
Go say hi. So we kept the puppies, because Luna came back here without us saying hello, so we're like, nope, we're not going to reinforce that behavior. We're going to hang out right here. Good job. This is very cute. This is cute. Puppies, come. So we don't want the puppies running back to say hello until we give them permission. They don't have to necessarily sit or do anything else, but it's go say hi. And they might not come, and that's okay.
There's a very interesting toy over there that we're investigating.
Oh, good job. Oh, good job. We're going to do one more recall, and then we'll open up the fence.
Okay.
Come.
Yay! Good job. Good job.
Good job. All right.
Good job. Good job.
Go play. Go play. You figure it out. You figure it out, this thing.
I managed to get a tripod as well,
Oh, yeah.
which I'm excited about.
Excuse me. I forgot. I think you're a little rough on your fingers sometimes, and I think you need to learn how to, we're going to let them try to work it out.
Oh, dear.
want to take, do you want the tiny nugget for a second? Yeah.
Luna's automatic down is really good.
I'm going to check this bucket game.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh. We got puppies with wiggles. And I'm going to pause for a moment and shut the front door. Everybody's having a blast.
Okay. There we go. Woo. We got like rough and tumble over there.
Okay. So, Angel's got Ginger. I'll rotate the camera in a little bit. I'm going to try to work on some place and go get it for a minute too.
Oh my goodness.
Place means we're asking the dogs to go to a particular docking station.
So, all right, ready? You go place. Hi, little. Thank you.
Was Luna doing better in the basket? Was she good in the basket?
Yeah, she was, she popped her, I dropped a couple of treats in there, she popped herself down, and she was like about to lay down and just get comfortable in there,
Use the basket for Luna.
which is cute. He's so cute. I should have put this up to start with.
All right.
Think of it.
Luna?
Think of it.
So you can use anything as a docking station. You can use a laundry basket.
Oh,
you
that's
can
so
use
good.
a box.
Be nice and
You
quiet.
can use a dog bed. A lot of times we like to use things with raised edges,
That's
either
so
the lip
good, Ginger.
of the laundry or the raised platform over here, because dogs like that defined space. They tend to, like Luna, calm down really, really quick. Say, yes. Okay. Yes.
Yes, good job.
Yes. Building a little bit of duration,
Good
a
job.
little bit of stay, and go get it. Telling them they're allowed to leave. And we're gonna ask them
Good
to
job.
place.
Good job. Okay.
Yes. Did you lose it, honey? So we work out whatever level the dogs are at. Luna's not quite hopping in there. I'm having a hard time keeping Okra's butt quiet. Yes. So when you see me saying yes and feeding Okra, it's because she's not mugging my hand. Yes. Oh, good job, Luna. Big reward for Luna there because she put all 4 feet in. Yes. Okra's showing some nice impulse control.
Treats?
Wiggle, 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 no treat. Calmer body, treat. Luna, can you sit? Yeah, good job. Okra, place. Oh, Okra's distracted. So we're gonna reward Luna here for a minute. Build a little duration. Telling her I love her staying in the basket.
Good job.
I love her staying in the basket when I stand up. When I take a step away.
Please.
Step away. Step away. Oh, she broke. Okay, take a break. No big deal. Give everybody a break and come back to this. So I'm gonna let them play for a second, change up the rewards.
Good job.
And
That was so good.
Angel is also working on place with Ginger. A little easier with one puppy at a time. Yeah. So do you use go get it too? Place and go get it?
Yeah. She was just not getting those ones over there. She's like,
She says, I want the ones out of your
I was
hands.
like, I'll just wait.
Who's the good ones?
I'm kind of throwing them a little too far. Okay. I'm trying to get her to come over onto it from this way. She gets her whole body on.
Yep.
And then I'm trying to see if I can keep her on.
She says, I'm very busy. I keep getting distracted. It feels weird. The first time I started rewarding a dog for quote unquote doing the wrong thing, it felt super weird. But you have to understand there isn't a wrong answer. Dogs, we're just teaching the dogs to do things. And sometimes, so when we put treats on the platform and when we put treats off the platform, what we're doing is we're keeping them engaged with us.
He's so good.
But if I want a dog to go to their place or their station, then what I need to do is look at my own training and figure out how I can help my dog be successful in getting on that place in their station more and more and more and staying there. So if you feel like you're throwing just as many treats off as you are on your place station, stop and look at your training, not what the dog is doing, but notice there's a treat for going up on there. There's going to be another treat for staying there.
Yes.
And another treat for staying there. But then we're also not going to ask this itty bitty tiny puppy to remain in one spot forever. We're going to let them go play and do other things and run around, and that's fine. Okay, so let me see if I can get my two on the place and station again.
Oh my goodness.
All right, so Angel,
Yes.
why do we teach place?
Oh, I like it for a lot of different things because for me, what I've known it as is station. So you can use it. One of the big ones that I think a lot of the clients have mentioned about lately, like this week, is like, I want to try and go and cook in the kitchen. My dog's always waiting near my feet and like stealing things off the counter.
So helpful.
Yeah, when I go and sit down to have dinner, I can't eat my dinner without them begging or doing all this stuff by the table. And so place, for those reasons, would be really good. It's also a good place, like if you have kids, where they can go and sit and nobody kind of touches them there. It's like their own way to say, hey, I need to have a break. We all need our little space. Where we just get a little bit of, take a deep sigh, a deep breath, and restart. And I feel like place can also be used as that. It can be used at the vet clinic if you bring like a yoga mat with you as a place. It doesn't always have to be a pet bed or a bit like the ones that we use, but you can teach them place to a yoga mat. You can change the colors of the yoga mat. So one could mean this is when we go to the vets and do cooperative care, or this is the one we use at home when we're training. There's so many different ways to use place.
I literally, not that I expect my dogs to stand in place for 2 hours at a time, but I can use it from everything, giving ear meds to cooking in the kitchen. It's like you say, it's just the default.
Yeah.
It's like, here's your spot on the couch, except it's not a couch, or sometimes it is. My dogs do have really nice dog beds.
Yeah, I like, we used to use it a lot in the zoo because if we needed a restart, we could just be like station, and the animals knew that so well, which is like the equivalent of place. Like you're a little bit crazy right now, maybe you're a little bit too hungry to train, or you're a little bit distracted. Let's start over again. Why don't you go somewhere that you know is not a high expectation, like it's not, they can just sit there, they can lay down there, they just have to be on their place. You're not asking any additional tricks when you say that. You're not asking for additional behavior.
Yeah,
Just say,
you're like, just
be
be.
there.
Just be.
Yeah, just sit and chill, and good things will happen there. So,
Yeah, like don't think, I know one of people's favorite things to do is ask their dog to stay and show me how far away they can get, and their dog remains in position, and then they call their dog to them. And that is beautiful training.
yeah.
That's really good training. But there's a little bit of difference what I am working on. It's why you guys see me giving the dogs 25 treats just for staying in their place. I want dogs to relax in their space. I want them to think that no matter where I'm going, what I'm doing, good things happen to them while they're there. So that I don't have a dog who's sitting on the edge of their seat and coming to crash at me. And I want them to be like, oh, if we're in our spot, we can settle down. We can relax. It's home base.
Yeah.
And so I'm a big fan of, you can call them out of a stay, but you might reach your goals better, faster, if
You teach your puppies to relax into the position and don't call them out of the stay.
Okay.
So go, all the way in, Luna, all the way in.
Oh, there you go. Oh, good job.
Okay, place.
So I'm just working on my mechanics a little bit with place.
How's that going?
Good. I'm putting the treat in my like open palm.
I was gonna say, what do you mean by mechanics?
Mechanics meaning how I am moving my hands and how quickly I'm moving them to when I'm reward or I'm offering reinforcements. So treats and stuff like that. I noticed that like if I'm kind of doing a little bit of a lure, I kind of like use my hand with the treat inside and kind of like drag it around, and I can get them to move and follow my hand. But at the end of the day, when you're luring, I feel like if you're gonna lure, you kind of are making a promise that I've got something in my hand, you can have it if you come over here, but then you have to give it to them, because otherwise it's tricking.
I agree.
You're lying if you don't.
I think the lure is a great way to
So I
make
can
a.
go here.
The lure is a great way to make a piece of food a magnet. You can literally just, attach the magnet to the dog's nose and move them one spot or another. Do you know you actually have to teach that? Some dogs don't get it.
No.
Some dogs are like, that's a trap. Why would I follow that treat?
With Ginger, I've just got the treat in my open hand so she can see it. And then she has it there. But I kind of want her to look.
So she's very distracted because these guys are playing loudly, but they are playing.
He's so good. Yeah, so my mechanics, it's hard to explain, but it was trial and error. Like, sometimes like working with mechanics, for example, with a little puppy, if you throw them too far, they won't necessarily see it.
Puppies don't always have the best depth perception, and they don't always understand when you throw something, they follow it.
Yeah.
The other thing is I want humans to recognize too that when we throw something and a dog goes searching for it, the dog uses their nose more than they use their eyes to find things. So you often see your dog walk right past the treat, and you'll be like, oh, my dog is no good at finding treats. No, they're basically playing hot and cold with the treats, and they're like, there's more smell, more smell, more smell, less smell, less smell, less smell, less smell, more smell, less smell, more smell, more smell. And you will see them either, kind of air sending around and kind of look at it. And keep in mind, like the airflow, even in your own house, it's not like a direct line. It moves in weird and mysterious ways. So I'm like, if you want to help your dog, good job. If you want to help your dog become a better center, start by setting them up for success and tossing the treat closer, so that they understand when you say find it, go get it, they can search. Okay. I'm gonna do some recalls with mine too. Puppies, come!
Yeah, I didn't realize how many different ways there are to deliver a treat. And then mechanics can also be like when you're giving out reinforcers, like treats, bridge, cue, like that kind of terminology.
Yes.
So the cue could be like the word sit, then they offer the sit, you then offer the bridge saying good or yes, and the reward is delivered after that.
While we're talking about bridges, can we stop and be intentional and both of us work the puppies from another side of the gate? So
yeah, like this one?
I have to figure out where to set up the camera here, but
Yeah, I should move mine.
let me see if I can see. Oh, yeah. Okay, so this is something we know from clients at home and clients at the studio. Especially by the time your puppies get to be 5 days. Listen, you want your puppies to, if you can set them up to sleep in your bedroom in their crate, that's awesome. You want these little baby puppies to feel secure. We want them to know that will respond to them if they're upset, if they need to go to the bathroom. But as we get older, I also recognize that we need these guys to be comfortable being away from us. And this shows up a whole lot in later classes. The dogs that are upset when their humans leave, the dogs that are upset when the trainers are just on the other side of the fence. So when I practice sit and when I work, I got a nice down from Okra. Luna down.
Yes.
Oh, and my brains aren't working. Yes, good girl. So when we start working on sit or down or touch, a lot of times we can work on them from the far side of the fence, which is great because it helps puppies be less worried that they can't get to us. And then I often build my stay out from here while I'll start standing up and walking around and coming back and rewarding them just for being quiet. You don't have to stay in the down. They don't even have to stay in the sit, but if they're on their playpen, if they're in a crate, I want to be very intentional about rewarding them for being quiet and calm and happy. Oh, and everybody's doing great. So what I'm looking for is they aren't barking at us, they aren't whining, they aren't pawing at the gate, Luna down. Yeah, good girl. But they're really comfortable. We've got that from all three. All three puppies are happy on the far side of the gate away from us. Now, here's the other thing. You guys can practice your polite greetings. What do I mean by that, Angel?
Polite greetings. I always look at it like when you're coming into, like say for example, if you've got a neighbor coming over to visit, or even just when they get dropped off here, they come like barreling through the door and they're like super excited to be here, and it's like, oh my gosh, being jumped on, being barked at. They're super excited to be here. So we're trying to say, be polite, don't jump on me when I come in. I know I'm super exciting, but I want to reward you for having all of your paws on the floor.
Which I'm getting from Luna, but I'm not getting from Okra. If this gate wasn't here, she would be jumping all over me. Maybe I don't like dogs. Maybe I don't want them to jump on me.
So good. Yeah, or you have a particularly big dog or big breed someday.
You calling me out? She's calling out my jumping shepherd.
Oh no, absolutely not.
Yeah, she is.
Bug totally aced the exam this morning.
This morning. Notice what she said there. This morning.
Yes.
Bug did not jump on me.
But I also had to make myself incredibly boring, and what Gwen's doing is trying to like jazz them up a little bit, because people usually do that. You're in the park, and he comes running over.
So, in this instance, Okra is jumping, but she's not touching me, so I'm going in and feeding her low. Luna's not jumping at all. I like Okra to stop jumping at all. So I'm going to tone down my enthusiasm a little bit.
Yeah, and the same thing, I'm helping Ginger a little bit to try and succeed on this.
Yeah.
And you can see she goes up on her back legs a little bit, so if the gate wasn't there, she'd probably jump straight on me.
And this is a big deal, guys, because, again, let's talk about all the things I've accidentally taught my dogs. Jump sit. Jump sit is a behavior change that puppies are like, hey, I got you to pay attention to me. Look, I'm sitting, how cute I am. I know how to jump sit. We want them to just sit. Or stand politely with their forepaws on the ground.
And we've had it where puppies have been rewarded by being able to touch you. So when they jump up and are able to be like, hey, I got my 2 paws on you, yay, I'm rewarded. It's nobody's fault that that happens.
Nope.
We just kind of do that unconsciously, I guess.
Yep.
And when you have smaller dogs, it's a lot easier, I find, because you're
Because
just
they're so cute and you want to pick them up.
yes.
You want them jumping in your arm. Look at Ginger's
I know,
flirt.
she's showing off.
Ginger is flirting with Luna through the fence.
Good job, Ginger.
I'm gonna change my criteria a little bit, and I will say, I'm gonna sidetrack and say, what I love about 99% of my clients is they all have a baby in their playpen, which is amazing because they're doing so much great management and using their training.
Yes. You can.
Sorry, I can't talk anymore. she's little.
Yeah,
She's littler than the other two. And Okra, even though he's little, plays a little bit more rough and tumble. And Luna's actually very delicate and dainty, but even Luna was kind of bouncing around more than Ginger would have wanted. So we didn't separate Ginger because she was a bad dog. We didn't separate anybody because they were bad. We just want to make sure that these guys are having a good time here. So we do that a lot because we want you to know wherever you go. Wherever you go, you should have a good time. Nobody should make you feel scared or worried. No. And we know you have to go to the vet. But we want you guys to feel confident and silly and sassy. Oh gosh. You have water bowls.
I do, yeah.
Whether she can reach them. She can reach them. She was hopping up there yesterday.
Oh, you were here yesterday?
Yeah.
You were playing yesterday?
So was Okra.
Oh, goodness.
They're getting a double whammy this weekend.
And then you can play the snow weekend? If you haven't already. Probably already had some snow this morning.
So my dogs at first this morning, they were like, oh, snow. And then by the time I got here and took them for their walk, they were like, oh, this is amazing.
Yeah.
This is so exciting. Hi, we're getting so much training done.
Yes.
Let's see. So, how long should we train our puppies for?
Much less than I do when I'm here.
Don't do that. Trainers.
If you see me training over here, it's because I'm either in practice or I'm excited because I've seen a video of a behavior or trick and I'm like, I need to try this in class.
Especially when you're little, her belly's going to be
I know.
5 seconds. So, Okra's playstyle is just rough and tumble. And he doesn't always get it. So,
So would you say like for puppies 2 to 5 months, 2 to 5 minutes or less?
yeah, oh,
And then 5 to 8 months, 5 to 8 minutes or less?
20 treats.
Yeah.
By the way, like, you did not have to end on a good note in your training session. I don't know if you guys know this, but we end on lousy training. Maybe not perfect training sessions. And what we do is, instead of beating anybody up, the dogs or ourselves, we just go, okay, how do we teach better next time? I'm going to train for success, not for failure.
Yeah.
Someone would be like, that was a great Shirt Patel quote I posted yesterday. I stole it from Canine Lifestyles.
Yes.
They're doing the big Clicker Expo this week.
Oh yeah, I'm super
jealous of all the other trainers are doing Clicker Expo, and I'm like, why didn't I do that? Why didn't I do that for us?
I'm gutted. But it's okay. It'll be next year,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. And I think Clicker Expo runs twice a year. It's usually once East Coast, once West Coast.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe in the fall we can do a group.
That's what's really good about what I love about having met you and all the other trainers at Dog Trains is because you guys are keeping current with what's going on in the behavior world.
Right?
So, and you see like you guys don't get to see this at home. But I'm like, here, check this out, read this. This is stuff on, oh, and here's a conference you can go to, which I signed up for, and I'm like super excited about that.
And there's so many cheese loaves right now because everybody went virtual.
Yeah.
And we get to work with trainers, internationally well-known trainers. We get to learn from them because of the technology we have. And because so many people are like, I just don't think virtual classrooms for me, and I get it, we're all a little burnt out. But I'm going to tell you, the best training I've done is learning from these people virtually. So I'm like, if I can do it, y'all can do it. I love my virtual classrooms. Anytime you guys see me do nose work with my dogs, I learned all that virtually. All of the higher end, really cool obedience heel work, that I learned all of that virtually. It is a great way to learn. You just need a good teacher. Hi. Woo! Hi! Oh. So Maze is totally playing keep away. Lemon's very interested, but they haven't figured out quite how to play. Lemon is my very puppy tolerant adult dog, and I bring her out just to let the puppies have a nice experience with an adult. Oh, she got it. Tug, 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 tug. Tug, tug, run away. Hey! Good job. I love it when you boys. Oh, gosh. What do you think, Oprah? You're the quiet one now. Hi. Yay, good job. Oh, yeah. You're very loud today. So, I got some. I think there might be some curry on this thing in Oprah.
What makes you think herding instinct?
Play staff. The giant circles. Puppies come. Good. Good. Puppies come. Good. Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, that was definitely a popular thing that they used to say in the zoo, is always end on a high note. Do, like, even if you do ask for free behaviors, end on a high note. And I can kind of see it in that place because you don't have the luxury of where dogs get so many positive feelings from being cuddled and things like that. But it also leaves you in this, like, anxious feeling, like, oh my gosh, I didn't end on a high note, so I must have messed up my animal's training. Like, no.
Yeah, so I mean, like 90% of the people that know me think I'm pretty happy, pretty easy, pretty light with the puppies, and I am. Like, don't get me wrong, I really am. But there are times when I get frustrated with the training, and I'm like, why aren't you doing what I want you to do? Why are you being stubborn? Like, I know you know this, and I'm like,
Yeah.
even in my head, I'll hit those points where I'm like, I made that perfectly clear. Oh no, I didn't. And 92% of the time, I know I didn't make it perfectly clear because I actually record myself training all the time now. And I'm like, oh, I go back and I look at it and I'm like, I see where the frustration started.
Yeah.
And with puppies, like Lucky Guy, let me give you a heads up. They have growth pains, they need to poop, they get overtired, they get overstimulated, they have little fear periods, they have different feelings, they are learning about everything in life, and so things just come out of them. You're being so good, Lucky. So things just come out. So sometimes you just have to look at a puppy and be like, oh, you can't learn right now. This training session was bad because your puppy brain needed a break. He needed a break. That's it. No other reason. Ginger is getting a snuggle break.
Yes. There was a little bit of play going on there.
Yeah, that was very cute.
So that was the other thing I was thinking is like, because I was reading about puppy play and like setting rules for puppy play.
Oh, tell me more. This is one of my favorite subjects.
Yeah, so
Playing with puppies.
playing with puppies, why do we play with them? Why isn't it always like work, 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 train, train, train? And then I had me thinking about what does that mean, like when we set rules? Like if you are playing with your puppy, what are the rules? And that's what I wanted to ask you. I'm sorry to put you on the spot, but
That's what I'm gonna do.
you have time to think about it.
So, I went through a very silly, ridiculous situation where I made myself silly and I got down to the puppy's levels and I bounced around and I don't know. And then, you know what, you could wind them up and settle them down, and wind them up and settle them down. If you feel like they're getting mad about you jumping crazy, let's give an on-off switch to their behavior. Let them sit.
Yeah, I feel like that helps. Again, that's just going with mechanics too. Like if you're jazzing them up, what do you do? What type of things do you
Okay,
work on to
jazz them up. I like to do this. Get my face down low, bounce away, and then not everybody's comfortable getting their puppy close to this puppy, this close to the puppy's face. But do you notice when I move away, how they both kind of follow me and come after me? It's, oh, we got them all locked up again. It's because I'm inviting them into my space. So sometimes we have a tendency to be like, I'm just gonna get in your space. I'm gonna get in your space, and it actually pushes them away. A lot of dogs, not all, are super sensitive to body pressure. And so when you go low, when you move away, you're inviting them into your space and you get them all wound up. Puppies! Settle. And so now, I'm gonna go for an off switch. Call them over, got a treat in front of their nose. They're actually basically, it was just one treat. I'm letting them have tiny, tiny, tiny little bits of it. I'm probably gonna do one, I'm gonna split one more treat between them. And let them have tiny, tiny, tiny little bits. But they are getting like 4, 5, 6 reinforcements. And then I'm gonna wind them up again. I do so silly. Oh, you're so silly. Oh, you're so silly. And you can also, you can toss toys. But I will tell you that most dogs like it when you grab a toy and you run and you let them chase you. Oh. Because I have multiple puppies, they're not so like each other.
Yeah.
Let's play for a minute. Let's tune in. Oh gosh. Some accidental squashing.
So yeah, so rules.
Hello.
I kind of, and then you can tell me if it's wrong. I kind of let them do a little bit of like play biting.
You're fired.
I know, right? I don't know though. I feel comfortable enough to know the difference between what's just like a playful nibble versus what's a like a sharp bite.
What makes you feel comfortable that it's play?
Loose we can be tail, kind of taking the turns and stuff. So like doing the tap on the ground, tapping on the ground, versus I've had it where I've jazzed up a puppy so much that they grab the back of the hole. That to me isn't play. That's just rude.
Not appropriate.
That's not appropriate. So I don't necessarily want to teach that. So under no circumstances am I telling people, yes, go play with your puppies and let them bite you. You just have to be able to read the body language and understand.
And if you're a little uncomfortable letting your puppy mouth wrestle with you a little bit, if your puppy's getting a little bitey, you can move back and forth with a toy in your hands and encourage them to get the toy. But I agree that one of the things we're working on is teaching puppies to the best of our ability, helping them understand how hard is too hard to bite. When we get these hard bites, play ends. I get up and walk away. But almost always, it more often means like we're a little overtired and overstimulated. So you might run them out to the bathroom.
Yeah.
These two are having a blast back here behind me. I'm also gonna run interference again and have them pause and slow down for a second.
Ginger's very good at where I kind of was like trying to jazz her up and then like encouraging her to get like really excited. And then the minute I just kind of stop, pull my hands in, and I become really boring. Like I'm not as exciting as I was before. She just kind of like, oh, we're done?
Yeah.
And she just sits and looks at me, and I'm like, good job, that was very good.
Really nice coping mechanism. She's really good at reading the room when she's not overtired and overstimulated. And that is true of every puppy I've met. Every puppy I've met. There we go.
We try to get a little bit of a down with Ginger, I think it's the way she sits. She folds her feet and it makes it difficult for her to go. Training the down on little dogs is probably one of the ones very nice.
You got it now.
It's so good. Training the down on dogs that are small is like a super challenge that I've enjoyed trying to work on with my mechanics. Like, where do you put the treat when they've got nowhere to go? Because they're so tiny. This is a nice settle because her hips are just like totally out. Like, she's super like, oh,
Yeah, she's not in that prime to come Sphinx position.
down.
Go get it.
Actually, I would probably, rather than say down for this, like the cue, I'd just say settle.
I like settle too. And I know for some clients, like if a dog is jumping, they tend to say down. And that's okay. I tend to teach sit down. Settle means relax on your hips, and you're gonna be there for a while. Go get it, get it.
So I'm gonna get her to come out of it and see what, I'm gonna ignore her and see what she does, if she settles back down again.
Go get it. Okay. Go get it. I am currently just playing with Go Get It games, which is cookie tosses. So if Okra comes over, I say, Okra, go get it. Luna, go get it. And y'all are gonna be like, why would you do that? Because look at how fast they come back to me. Okra, go get it. Luna, go get it. So I'm not specifically working on come right now, but I am working on puppies orienting to me, being engaged, go get it. Wanting to know, Okra, go get it. Want to know what I'm doing this in like such a fun way.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I had no idea this was so much fun. Like, literally, like, you want to know why my puppies pay attention to me all the time? People are like, your dogs watch you all the time.
Mm-hmm.
All the time you get an eye contact. Go get it. Because I made it a super reinforcing thing to do. I don't ask for a look. I very seldom ask for look and focus. Instead, what I do is every time they offer it to me, I'm like, let's do this thing. Go get it. Go get it.
So this is where what we talk about when we're proofing, like you kind of just step back for a minute and see if they make the choice on their own.
Are you looking for the DOWN again?
Yeah. And also like a little bit of like the throw out the hip for the SATTLE.
And I also have to tell you guys, it has been 50 minutes. So if there are any brains left in these puppies, I would be shocked.
Exactly.
I would be shocked if there are any brains left. I was gonna work some way to the gate, but maybe come back for our next class at 10:15 and we can work some way to the gate.
I want to like, I just wait out the puppy. Like she's having a little sniff. She's having a little look around.
We're gonna make
Free
Luna
treats.
pickpocket. Luna pickpocket, hi.
And I thought that was really good because she had to do that with all the distraction going on.
Yeah, it's not relaxing and settling down.
Yeah.
Gonna pop up the gate, pop up the floor for pickup.
It's so good. You're so good.
We are so excited we got to be here in the snow. It's going to be a short day today because of the snow. Just 2 classes. We're going to make sure everybody gets home before the snow accumulates too much. Here, let's see if we can end it with you guys watching the puppies go mad.
You're so good. You're so good. He's a crazy chicken. He's a crazy chicken.
So boisterous. So boisterous today.
Oh no,
We
I'm
just
sorry.
No. She and Luna were having a good time. Oprah's just like, I'm gonna use my voice to tell them what to do. Everything went great. We worked on lots of place and stay and like greetings and come and called. And I will post the video to YouTube later if you didn't watch.
Okay.
But Oprah did great.
Oh, thank you.
No concerns. Hey Oprah, you can be down.
Oprah,
You can be down. Here at the race training day. Come Luna, you can't sneak out. There we
Oh,
go. Shockingly, nobody has paid yet in here, so I'm gonna bet you $20 Oprah needs to pay.
Okay, that's good to know. Thank you.
Yeah, no, super good day. Still, same old, a little too rough with Ginger, and Ginger was here yesterday, I was like, it was a little too rough with Ginger
Yeah.
yesterday. I'm like, okay, that's fine, I'll give you the Luna.
Yeah,
The bigger, more solid dogs, fine.
okay.
It's a little bit of putting up with Ochre, but, because Ochre likes to rock and tumble.
Yeah, I know he does with us too.
Yeah.
So that's been our big issue is him. Well, he can jump on the couch now,
Oh,
and he does not get off. He's very hard-headed, and he's very rough with us.
So we do a lot of, when West is, and we work on the place in kind of the stay, like the whole idea is to make the bed really the best place to be versus the couch, and then if you end up taking him off, it's great.
Yeah.
But I will tell you that too, some of the things I did today were about how to play with him to meet his needs. To chase and bite and tug and do all
Yeah.
that kind of stuff.
Okay.
He's not like a dog that we just sit there and play fetch with.
No.
He wants, yeah, but so he's not driving you nuts, like it's actually like a nice game of chase and tug, but it's like chasing something that's longer.
Yeah.
No, he's a good pup.
Yeah.
He's just confident.
So much energy.
Oh.
Oh gosh.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, see you soon. 20-foot lines, walk him in Rock Creek Park, let him sniff.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, I wanted to ask you. So we did the 4 in person to do the virtual as well. Should we be getting a code?
Yeah, you know what, so I swear, I send them out like the day I see the order come through for the in-person, but I think they end up in spam.
Oh, okay.
Just drop me an email, I'll resend it to you, because I think there's some way about the way it comes through the system that way, like I think half of them end up in spam. I need to put the code, when you sign in for the virtual, I think I need, for the in-person, I just need to put that code in that email, it'd be easier.
Okay. Yeah. I'll check my spam, and if not, I'll shoot you a message.
Absolutely, yes, let's get you guys into class.
Thanks.